Yeah, I think they've run to form. First leg of the jackpot, race 4 has gone the way of number 1, Salhai. The little ATM machines finally put his head in front where it matters most. Well done, Carl Zechner. Well done to Mr. Finlayson as well, of course, to Dorrie and Mark Sham, who are on course this afternoon. Well done, Carly. I think straightforward ride. You were in the box position, turning for home, and it's good to see that he rounded up his race this afternoon.
Yeah, look, last time he came from a little bit further back, and, you know, I was happy with him. He ran onto the line, and he never stopped. And, you know, we had a good draw today. And, you know, same thing. I was always going to pop him out and, you know, try and get box seat. And, you know, I managed to get him in a nice position. Look, I think they didn't go too hard. And it was steady fractions. And, look, you know, I had him in the right place, and he was quite relaxed and, you know, moving well and turned for home. He seemed to, you know, fight, you know, because I put him through a gap that was, you know, quite small for him, and he took it like it was nothing to him, and, you know, he put himself right through the gap. And when I sent him, he quickened up, and I always knew, you know, the further he gets, the better he gets, and if a horse does challenge him, you know, he'll, you know, change legs and put his head down and fight again. So, you know, look, I must say big thanks to Mr. Sham. You know, they really done well with their yard, and I must say big thanks to Mr. Finlayson. You know, he's kept me on the horse, and, you know, we've done really well in the past, and hopefully he continues.
Carl, very well said. As always, great to have you in the winner's enclosure. I know that you love the game, you do your work in the morning, so it's good to see that it's paying off.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Super stuff. Well done to Carl Zechner. Good to have him in the winner's enclosure. Well done, Dorrie. Thanks very much once again for the transparency out back, and good to see that he's come through.
Pleasure. Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, you know, the biggest thanks to John. He's really one of the most patient guys around, having been in this game since, I think, 1985, he said to us the other day. So he's learnt patience, and he's a big supporter of us. And, you know, we really, really appreciate his backing. When we said we're coming to Joburg, he said, off you go, you know, and I'm with you. So this is the best way to show him that, and I'm very pleased for him.
Dorrie, hats off to you, and of course to Uncle Mark as well, because I think he won his race going down to the start. He looked an absolute picture. Yeah,
you know, he's actually a very tall horse. He doesn't look it, but he's very tall, but there's not much of him. So maybe now we can just let him just fill out a little bit. He's, you know, he's just only turned 4, I think. But there is still a lot more to come as soon as he gets a little bit stronger.
Your 2 old warriors a bit later on. I see they rematch again. What are you expecting?
Yeah, they both try their hardest, you know. Unfortunately, Moon Warrior's not drawn so well. We've been looking for they both wanted 1200, and there's just been nothing. And unfortunately, Moon Warrior with that 10-point rise put him right into sort of a different bracket. And but, you know, they both try. They're both, as you say, they're the old warriors, and they're keeping us going.
Dorrie, thank you as always for your transparency. Well done over you.
Thank you.
Super stuff. Well done, Dorrie Sham. Well done to Uncle Mark out back as well. Of course, he certainly plays a big part in making sure that everything comes according to plan when getting to the race course. And well done to Mr. Finlayson. I have no doubt he'll be tuned in. Of course, well done to you, sir. Nice horses, number 1, Salah. He floated down to the post, as Nico alluded to, and he looked well when he was being sailed up. So thanks very much to the trainers as well that play ball in allowing those pictures out back to go through to the Rivonia studios. It's always informative. Close-up personal scenes of how the saddling process goes, and also if you're sitting in your own comfort of your lounge suite or whatever it may be, you can see what these horses actually look at, hoping that they're not developing a sweat. So thanks very much to all the trainers. I'm going to try and grab Paul Peter or Tony Peter now regarding one of their horses in the next, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Poppycock set to go 2,000 metres to run and sent on their way. The big field got away to a smart beginning over here. El Romiachi, Salhai's up there. Our man in Havana, Imperial Ruby. Shane is wider out in the